Hey everybody, I hope you're staying well and taking care of yourself in this crazy times. Welcome to the channel. We are here to watch me play through a game of EDH with Izuri the Claw of Progress, Morophon the Boundless, Queen Marchesa, and I will be piloting the Sphinx Sovereign. I hope you enjoy the game, and here we go with the deck list. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jason, of course, and here we're checking out my newest deck. This is the Sovereign Sphinx's deck. And so just to give you a quick idea of what's in here, for lands I'm running Castle Vantress because I like to scry. We've got the Coral Atoll, which allows you to return an untapped land you control, which is also kind of nice if you need to get away from having a land pop. They've got Lonely Sandbar in there. I've got the Reliquary Tower, Mystic Sanctuary, which is always a useful land, the Rogue's Passage, Myriad Landscape, Mage Ring Network. I'm also running the Terrain Generator, which allows me to pop extra lands out of my hand and into play. As far as some of the cards in the deck, some of my favorites are, of course, the Library of Lang, which allows you to get around discard. I'm running Sensei's Divine Top, the Elixir of Immortality. I've got a bunch of cheap bouncing spells. We have the Mind Stone, the Pillar of Origins. We're also running Cyclonic Rift, some counter spells, lots of ramp, and a ton of Sphinxes. Why are we running a ton of Sphinxes? Well, because our commander cares about Sphinx spells. He makes your Sphinxes 2 less to cast. Whenever you cast a Sphinx, you get to basically Fact or Fiction for free. It's a fantastic thing to have happening during a game. And it's also soul crushing watching your opponents as they realize that they have to hand you something awesome. That's basically it. I will post a deck list, and I will see you in the game. Take care. And here we go. We're into the game. I actually have a pretty good starting hand, so I'm going to keep and play my first island of the game. In this game here, I don't think anybody got off to a really super explosive start, but everybody had pretty solid plays all around. Good old Mystic playing some ramp early. So with Queen Marchesa, one of the things I am expecting to see is a lot of creature removal and things of that nature. I have no idea what Morophon is going to be because, well, Morophon can be anything. And the other player, I have seen this deck go off with the experience counters and the cheap 2-drop creatures, so it'll be interesting to see what he ends up playing. As always, I always like to say, like and subscribe to the channel so you can be alerted when there's new videos placed up. I do appreciate your support, and it allows me to continue making more videos. So he's going to swing away. First Blood. And he's not hitting me. I'm kind of glad to see I'm not the first guy getting hit this time. I did also realize I forgot to turn off the sound for Magic the Gathering Online. I shall do that in this video. I do apologize. So Morophon's played a couple of temples. They're coming in to play tapped. I think that's going to slow him down a little bit. And I have the Library of Lang out. Such a great card. So I've been playing this deck and playtesting it quite a bit here in the last couple of days. And I'm noticing that when I do have the library out and play, one of the really nice effects is that when people are trying to force me to discard cards, I can put them back on top of the library, which is fantastic. Keeps them out of the graveyard, allows me to redraw them and replay them. And no, you're not playing that spell. Never trust a player playing blue. Oh, that's an interesting spell. We'll have to wait and see what he does with that. He, she, I'm assuming gender here. I mean, it's behind avatars. It's hard to say. I do apologize for that. So I'm going to play Sissy. I'm going to tap it. And I'm going to play some more ramp. The one thing I did notice with the Sphinx deck is that I really do need to play fast mana. The Sphinx spells themselves are quite expensive to play. That's why you want to get your commander out quickly and out early. So I'm going to try the Proliferate. So with Proliferate, he's going to be able to put counters on himself as well as on the creatures. I do expect that's going to be a pain in the butt. That player must not like Marchesa much. And the Plague Crafter, everybody sacrificed. Well, there goes my mana guy. Sorry, mana guy. We hardly knew you. So I wonder if he's going to bring that Plague Crafter back into play again. That's usually what I see happening with those Marchesa decks. They usually try to keep the board clear. Well, Morphon's pretty much tapped out here. I wonder what is going on there. And it is time to try and get something going. Ah, interesting card. So they are making a lot of experience counters. Those creatures are going to start getting pretty massive. I'm glad I've got a blocker. Oh, that Proliferate. So good. So now you got experience counters ticking up. You got more counters on the creatures. Oh, Queen has arrived. Well, I'm glad I put the blocker out because Marchesa was definitely going to come my way, I think. Usually when you counter people's spells or bounce their things, they put a pretty good target on your head. Not today. Creature's gone. So Morphon has decided that the board state needs to go bye-bye. Not too sad about it. That's just one Sphinx. I've got many in the deck. Like this one. Time for the first fact or fiction of the game. Let's see what we get. Nice. Everybody's still nice and healthy. These are early turns. I wish I had haste. Oh, that creature's going to be a pain. Literally. Every time I cast my non-creature spells, and I have a mitt full of those at the moment. Oh, and that enchantment's no good. I think I'm going to have to do something about those two. Unless somebody else does, but I think the other player... Yeah, I don't think the other players have the right colors to do so. Oh, Smothering Tithe. Such a good card. Well, I'm going to deal with that guy. Because the opponent is tapped. And yes, I think I will pay for a Smothering Tithe. At least one activation when it gets to my turn. I do have to play some spells. But I can use the ring to do that. And let's roll the dice once more. Oh, Counterspell. I like Counterspell. I think we're going to need Counterspell. So we'll grab the Counterspell. We will take that option. And we're going to swing in and do some damage. I'm finding you really can't sit back, even as a Sphinx player. You got to put the pressure on from the air, and you got to kind of keep it on. Creatures don't stick around a lot during EDH games. There's so much removal, so don't hang back. Get in there, get some hits in. You do have flying, and they don't at the moment. So he's going to play a Reclamation Sage and return something from his graveyard. Looks like he's actually mana screwed too, so he's probably considering whether or not he has to stay in the game. And he decides to drop. That's unfortunate. Well, he revealed a swamp, which he could play because he didn't have a land. Here comes that again. And there it goes. That enchantment can't stay. Has to go. And now it's just me and two other players. So let's see what we do. Little graveyard removal, I see. Okay. What's gonna happen? Cashing in a treasure token. More fun is swinging away. Oh, here he comes. You know, it'd be kind of fun if I had a more fun. You know what? I think I will. I have a clone. Now we have a more fun. So this is going to make the Sphinx spells a lot cheaper. Look at that. He also triggered. So that spell was a lot less. I'm going to build an army. Another Fact or Fiction for the turn. Swinging away. I'm going to keep the pressure on the Marchesia player because it looks like Morphon hasn't really set up the board yet. Well, there go our graveyards. That's fine. I can't really recur it anyway. I kind of think he did that for spite. Or she. I kind of think that player did that for spite. As I was saying, I'm going to keep the pressure on. I have seen too many of those Marchesa decks just take total control over a game. Oh, Captain Sisse. That could be a problem soon. What are you playing? Okay, another mana guy. Interesting. And it's a Sharknado. Oh, we're going to have flying sharks. We're going to have flying sharks, people. Another Fact or Fiction. That card is just, I had to add that in here. It's just so good. Who doesn't want a Sharknado? Come on. Putting on the pressure. looks like the Marchesia player is in big trouble at the moment. Oh, I sense a wheel incoming. So, the wonderful thing about being forced to wheel is all these cards in my hand that I want to hang on to are just going to go to the top of my library. So I can put the lands further down the list and put the spells on top, and I should be able to come out of this pretty good. Golos. Uh-oh. That guy's trouble. I may have to start looking over at Morphon's way here. Unless the Marchesia player is going to start taking them on. Well, the Golos player has decided he wanted to be the Monarch. So he says in chat. It looks like he might actually be attacking the Marchesia player. So we'll see what happens there. Yep, he did. I thought they were going to come my way for sure, but nope. Card draw, so good. So I have a handful of cards. My goal is to play as many as possible before we wheel. Oh, this enchantment is so good. Another Fact or Fiction. I've lost track of how many times that is for the game. Let's do it again. Making more sharks. Making more Fact or Fictions happen. 3 times in a turn is just, ooh, so good. So that'll drop the opponent down to almost death. I misplayed a little bit and should have kept, should have not blocked when he attacked me. Let's see what happens when we wheel. Here we go. So I'm going to just put all these cards on top. It's going to take me a minute because I have a lot of cards. Let's see what the opponent gets. I suspect they've got something good in those 14 cards. Oh, here we go. Markov. Yeah, he's going to hit me. Knock my health down to 10. Oof. It's a good thing I have an army of blockers, or I most certainly would have died. Because I have a feeling that the Morphon player is going to attack. I guess you could say that we have chummed the waters with all the sharks. Oh, I get it. It's a God's tribal pick. Okay. Well, right now, all of those enchantments are just enchantments. So that's fine by me. And if I do get attacked, I can hopefully kill most of his creatures. And his enchantments will stay enchantments. So let's block like that. Everybody leaves creatures. Damage resolves. Boom. I still have creatures. So this, I believe, will be the end of the game for these two. And the Marchesia player bows out. Now there's one. Fact or Fiction. Oh, it's just so powerful. Let's do it again. Fact or Fiction. think at this point they know they're done for, so they've just gave me everything. Fact or fiction? Maybe should do it. Yeah. Yep. Feels pretty wild. So now I can look at the top card of the library anytime I want. I can also play Sphinxes for free, and God's Tribal drops right as I swing in. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Sphinx deck. Doesn't always win, but it sure feels good when it does. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game. We'll see you again.